It's Matt Haistings. I'm a real estate agent in Plano, Texas, and this is your May 2022 Plano market update. Big news for homeowners this month, and well, buyers beware. Before we jump right in, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe below. So let's take a look back at what happened last month in Plano real estate. Well, in the month of April, there were 226 single-family homes that sold. That's about the same as April 2021. I would say at this point, we might be back on track in terms of the number of homes sold. The really big stat, though, is the median sold price. Median sold price was $560,000 last month. That's up significantly from the month prior. And if you just think back even 6 months, that's a $100,000 raise in our median price point. And one of the reasons we're still seeing that is the sold to list ratio. We look at the median sold to list ratio, it was 111%. What does that mean? It means half of our homes were bid up 11% or more above their original list price. And then again, homes are selling very quickly. Median days on market are 5 days on market. That's probably gonna stay. It's hard for me to imagine a scenario where we see that go lower. Just the logistics of a real estate transaction and timelines between putting together offers and executing them. 5 days is very low. We'll probably continue to see our median right around that 5-day level. So think about it this way. Homes are sold in less than a week. And now as we roll into the month of May, we're starting the month with 250 homes under contract. Theoretically, that's about the number of homes we'll see sold this month in May. So that's the Plano market overall. Now let's take a look at how each of the areas of Plano break down. When we look at West Plano, there were 71 homes that sold last month, median sold price of $730,000, and we saw those homes also sell for 110% above the list price and relatively quickly. Looking at Central Plano, this is where the bulk of homes are sold in Plano. 125 homes sold last month at a median sold price of $525,000. And then moving all the way over to East Plano, we saw 30 homes sell at a median sold price of $500,000. This number is quite a bit up from what we were seeing earlier in East Plano, so prices there have grown as well. So I want to take a moment and talk about home prices. Home prices are on the rise still, and they've gone up a lot in the last couple months. And so take a look at this chart. You'll see we were kind of hovering along, and then boom, we're 520, and now we're 560. And so what's going on here? Well, first of all, there's huge buyer demand, and along with that, buyers are bidding homes up, and they're bidding up a lot. When I talk about the sold to list ratio at 110, 111%, that means that half of all homes are getting bid up 10% or more. At some point, buyers may not have the appetite for that, but with all the demand, I think it's going to continue, at least in the near term, that buyers are fighting for homes. There's also been a lot of urgency in the last couple months. People have seen rates rising and they want to lock in their rate, lock in that payment now on a house. And so that could be something that we're seeing here factored in. Overall, long term, I'm expecting Plano prices to be in the 500s. And I think it's also important for buyers to be aware that they could get left behind if they don't pay close attention to the market right now. So let's talk about inventory. That's really the story that's been driving the price rises we just talked about. As we're starting the month of May, there are 131 homes for sale in Plano. That represents 0.6 months of supply, so just a couple weeks of supply. I think it's really interesting when we break it down by price point. So on this chart here that I've shown you many times before, I've broken down inventory by price point. Well, you might first notice there are not a lot of homes under $250. And then as we move more into those mainstream price points, that $450 to $750 and even up to $1 million, where we see a lot of activity happening, that's just 0.4 months of supply. So not a lot of homes available right now. As long as the situation continues, buyers will most likely compete and be bidding up prices. So what does this mean if you're a homeowner or home seller? Well, first of all, you're hearing me talk about rising prices. That means your net worth is rising too, along with your home equity. So that's phenomenal. You're also hearing me talk about, hey, the market is changing, it's dynamic, and there's other things going on. Inventory is just creeping up a little bit. But that may mean on the weekend you want to sell, you have competition that didn't exist 6 months ago. Well, this is my core advice for any seller right now in the market, is take the time, make a small investment in preparing your home for sale and having it look great. Take a look at this chart. This chart is negotiability for top homes. And this market, I already mentioned, the median sold to list ratio is at 111%, meaning half of all homes are bid up 11% or more. But when we look at those top tier homes, the top 25% at 17% and the top 10% at 22%, those sellers are getting a huge premium on their asking price. And so take a little time. That can mean tens of thousands of dollars in your pocket by making a little investment and having your home look great. If you want to know what that investment looks like or are curious, reach out. I love having one-on-one conversations with you. I'd love to help. So now, if you're thinking about buying a home in Plano, Well, it's still a very interesting time to be a buyer, is it not? I've been talking about how inventory is rising just a little bit every month. What that really means for you as a buyer is you might have a couple more choices on any given weekend. The scales are still tipped in favor of sellers, so it's by no means a buyer's market. And when I talk about buyer beware, this is my concern I have for a lot of buyers right now. Prices are shooting up and interest rates are rising too, which means homes are getting less affordable. You can buy less home for the same budget you had a couple months ago. Now, some buyers are seeing that and they're saying, oh, well, rates are going up, so prices are going to crash. Well, every month buyers still keep bidding up homes. And so until that trend stops, prices are probably going to continue to rise. Perhaps not at the same pace, but if both prices and interest rates are rising, it means it's going to get more expensive for you to buy a home. It might be wishful thinking to say, hey, I'm just going to wait a couple months and prices are going to go down. If you're in a position to buy now, I would take advantage of this point in the market. And again, as I always tell buyers, have a good sense of the cash you want to bring to the transaction. It's not a market that favors people with not a lot of money to bring, or certainly people that don't have an understanding of how much they want to bring and who can play full out with their offers. So think through all that before you dive in and start shopping for homes. So that's your May 2022 market update for Plano. Spring is off to a great start. Congratulations to homeowners on all your new equity we're seeing. It's gonna be fun to watch how the market continues to evolve over the months ahead. And if you're a buyer wondering how do you navigate this complicated market, reach out. I love having one-on-one conversations with you. In the meantime, stay safe and have fun. Thanks for watching today's video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe below. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. And in the meantime, make sure to check out some of our other videos featured on our channel.